Back. We are, of course, getting ready for the game. Hopefully going to be into the action soon. Thank you for your patience on this one, of course. You know, we were ready. We were right there. But a couple of technical issues here. Look, first online game, to be fair, of the season here. It's a little bit bound to happen. You know, everybody's getting used to getting back in, making sure everything's all good. But that timer is rolling down as we get into games. So that is very, very good signs here. Into the pistol. A lot of utility brought up for our alternate attacks. Let's see what they've got.
Let's see. This is our first game of the year. And of course, probably filming the same for them. Long winter break to get things ready. Let's see what they've got in the locker. Very standard through nice and early doors. You've got double stacks towards A for Sampi, 3 over towards B. And not really taking a whole lot of contacts. aTTaX, a slow push towards A main. Going to be tested in a second.
Or is it? They don't dedicate around the corner just yet. Savannah a little unsure of whether to stick around, to back off, to go digging. Are we going further here? No, he's just going to hold on the angle. And well, they've heard the Julies, but the utility's coming over the top. They're going to have to go through a smoke here. This is not great. Lovely little flash, though. Just straight off the dome there, whoever's thrown that in. Fantastic stuff. Fino in for one, but it's not quite good enough. Man advantage looking good here for alternate attacks.
Posting up. I don't really see many in routes back in towards this site. Oh, maybe spoke a little bit too soon. Tag to find freeze in. At the very least, there's a little bit of room to speak of. You're live. Shifting around the corner. Zedko trying to face as well. It's actually a messy post spawn. Not looking too good here. The attack got to hit a couple of headies, and they're struggling because Tagged and Zedko going to combine. PerX will fall, tap on towards the bomb, a hold, a stick, and the alive couldn't quite keep him alive. awzek, what a post plant. What a round from Pillar.
That's so cool from him, man. That is so, so cool. It's like just in the zone, gets that first frag, fair enough. But then you could see the priority, right? There's a 10-second tick that goes by. Just take it cool. Make sure I get this diffuser. And he did just that. And I mean, the last frag was just a bit of a treat, wasn't it, to be honest? Absolutely fantastic stuff there in the clutch to stay cool and a really, really big round. Fantastic, though. We love that. The energy of this game already, I think we're in for a good competition. Very, very back and forth within the space of about 20 seconds, you know. So fantastic gameplay from both teams so far.
Also, as well, you know, you look at awzek, new to the roster, got kind of a lot to prove in a way as well, and ain't a bad start. Ain't a bad start at all. Once again, pot flashing towards main. Look for a little bit of early info here. Maybe expecting Team Sampi to be playing some level of a gimmick, but yeah, not to be. They just get mowed down here. Back 10 for one. Quick trade, but not great.
Oh, it was a little close on the P250. I think that will be all she wrote for this one. If we can deny any more kills, I think that would be good. Flash is a bit too deep, gives Tagged's position away as well. So lovely cleanup coming through from the T side. Not really losing anybody. But it's straight into the buy. Fino actually going glass cannon onto the AWP with nothing else at all. No cash left. So he really wants that AWP in this first round to just apply the pressure early on. Could certainly work. You're against the bonus buy, right? A couple of weaker weapons in there. But I don't know, man. I'd maybe prefer to see some utility down, potentially. We'll see what he can do, right? He might put the money where his mouth is, for sure.
A lot of experience as also aTTaX. Obviously paying off in dividends right now. You got kind of freezing awzek had been here for a couple of years, but the new boy, Goody, I'm not actually too sure kind of where they found him from. Ryan saying he's playing part of the Gucci Academy. Face its initiative. And honestly, he seems to be doing really well in kind of his early instances. Only been with them this early part of the year, but heard a lot of good things about him. So far, so good. Part of the pack right now. Freeze. Rotate over. Looking again for something to work with. In the backlines here as well. They're getting a lot of information about Sampi playing basically site setups here.
They have surely done their homework.
Yeah.
Because that is like 4 players down mid pretty quickly. You know what I mean? Like, either that or it's just worked out perfectly. Zedko's a little bit aware, but I don't think he's going to be aware of how many players there really are on the way. Completely overwhelmed here on the B-bomb site. Savannah will find a lurking presence, but I don't think the round's going to go their way. They know it. Save coming in. Even the hunt is on, though. This could be really, really deadly stuff if alternate aTTaX can take any more guns away. However, just a fantastic read. I don't know. Difficult to tell in the moment, isn't it? Whether they've done the homework and they know that Sampi like the early sight setup when they first pull out the rifles, or if they've just gotten mad lucky with the call, and gone from there.
We'll give them their credit. We'll give them their credit.
We'll give them the credit. Yeah, I think so.
I think you are spot on. It looks like alternate aTTaX have a really good kind of understanding about how Sampi like to play. And even when we've seen kind of in those early rounds, it's kind of slow contact towards main, looking for kind of a few of those gimmicks to come forward. But Sampi at the moment seem a little bit hesitant. Alternate aTTaX are making this look, at least for the early part, pretty plain sailing. And that round there is massively impactful. You got Team Sampi on their first kind of true full buy. You got alternate aTTaX coming in with essentially a bonus buy. They got, Galil's Mac 10s in the fray, and still they make it look so easy with very minimal casualties. awzek still yet to die. PerX and Goody only one apiece. I mean, as things go, zero complaints, putting up a very good level of confidence, repertoire, but also just all a cash on hand. If things go south in these sort of rounds, it's not the end of the run. That's the most important thing right now for the T side. Early U-turn towards mid. And again, like we've seen time and time again, slow contact plays gaining early information. They look like they want to push through the smoke here. A little bit risky from Freeze, but it could get good timing.
Yeah, it is possible. You can see they're already very timid on the Sampi side of things. Don't want to give away the early kill. Little bit of attention paid towards middle, but are they now maybe overdoing it in that area? We'll see. This first exchange, I think, will be a fight in towards mid. Freeze on the well-timed peak. Can't win the fight out, though. Fino certainly lucky to be alive, but they will take the man advantage and absolutely run with it. Ready for the A hit here. But Scooty in from behind. A little bit of a late push down middle. Catches them completely off guard. Savannah rocking a hard place, mate. Nowhere he could really hide, to be honest. Had to take a fight. Loses it out, and that will decide the round.
Gotta be said. The opening fight didn't go the way of Freeze. I was thinking something might work out here. But no, not to be. Again, really, really simply done. Team Sampi at the moment don't seem to have an answer. Don't seem to have anything in a little strat book to help them out. And it looks like alternate aTTaX as well get a bit of a freebie in terms of a save here as well. No real fight on the way out. Team Sampi kind of understand that their money isn't too... Oh, it's not too clean cut at the moment. They haven't got a lot left in the reserves. If they want any sort of rifles to speak of, they're going to have to keep hold of what they've got. That's what they'll do. 4 alive. 4 rounds on the board. Pretty plain sailing at the moment for alternate aTTaX. It hasn't been too much sweat off the brow by any means. I'm getting pretty concerned. I would like to see Team Sampi call for a timeout. Maybe not this round, but maybe in towards the next full buy. But yeah, I think at the moment they can't keep letting things get out of hand this early doors. I know we said that Anubis is regarded as the most T-sided map in the pool, but even still, putting up no fight so far on the CT side is worrying times, to say the least. Alternate aTTaX, though, fair play. They're playing some elite level Counter-Strike right now.
It's impressive stuff so far. Yeah, and just leaving Sampi very quickly in a problem area, as mentioned. Early rounds, super pivotal, especially on a map like this as well in the BO1. The momentum is just insane right now on Anubis. So I think it's going to be a scary pushback if Sampi can't get anything on the board soon. Not expecting them in this round, but get a bit crazy, get a bit wacky with it. Might be harder for Sampi to deal with. You know, we got some deep A-main aggression, gets them a lot of information. They're going to rotate and bolster up B. So I like what I'm seeing so far.
PerX gonna join up with the packet. The Alive gonna try and do everything, and he's spammed down through the smoke. Zed got allowed to back one of his own. For a second, gets a tag, gets information. No kills just yet, and the numbers keep ticking over in favor of alternate aTTaX. Savannah might have the drop in behind, but even still, with 5-7 in the smoke, I don't really like his chances.
Yeah, you and me both, mate. Zedco a bit close to the action here. Okay. Finding a couple of kills, but it's not quite going to be enough, I don't think. Tagged. Oh, it makes the noise. Yeah, just not spotting anyone. Going to save his M4 into the next. Makes sense, to be honest.
I agree. I agree. Still goes back to what I'll say, though. I would like to see some level of a pause be called. Hang on a second, though. Savannah finding a kill there has kind of pulled Tagged back into the action, and he's found a kill. The 5-7 kill has spurred on the attempt at a retake here. Tap on towards the bomb. Got to get him off, and he won't. That's the round they found off the back of a 5-7. Fair play. Really well done there from Savannah. Individually, more or less, winning the round for Team Sampi. I thought for a second they'd called it and given up. There's life still left in those eyes. Maybe early doors, but it wasn't looking great. If they went 5-0, in my mind, I probably would have started to kind of internally have called this game early doors. But no. Team Sampi found a first. That might spur a little bit of a recovery here early in towards this half. And honestly, they desperately need it. Like we said, best of ones, there's no room for error.
Yeah, hard panic there at the end from alternate attacks as well, so hopefully the comp's not going to be too affected, and, you know, they just move on, forget about it. All right, it happens. Yeah, difficult 1v2 call for Goody in particular. A weird round to stomach, I think. Fino going to open up into this one via middle. Getting interesting now, isn't it? A man advantage. And thus, the Germans have to find a way back into this round. It's going to be via the A-bomb site. A heavy execute coming round. All four of them in from A main. Great little angle here from Savannah. So hard to trade. Should be well covered, and he is. They're finding a way in. Goody on the entries. He's got the bomb. Oh, he didn't want that, did he? He wanted to keep on going. They will get the plant in. Still only two of them remaining, so not going to be an easy hold here, but I like what I'm seeing, you know. They've had plenty of time to get into the decent positions. Fino and Zedco coming in together. Tagged's got a bit of utility down to just create some space. Barrel spotted, yep, so they know where one is. Down goes the second, and now it is just panics up against three. They know exactly where he's at. Spamming a bit, shooting him round the pillar, and he will indeed fall. Sampi keep it cool, and a very simple retake from them.
This is much better. Honestly, right now, Sampi are catching alternate attacks, you know, a little bit like a deer in headlights. They're getting shocked by some of these retake attempts, and you can see that once that bomb goes down at the moment, alternate attacks, they're not setting up their post bonds effectively, quickly. They're struggling to get into positions, and because of that, Sampi are finding these gaps, and they're finding these pretty easy fights. You can see a timeout called. It's going to be that T side, even though they've got a 2-round buffer. Understandably so. These last two haven't exactly been pretty once that bomb has gone down. But on the other side, most importantly, the bomb is going down. And for a T side, no matter kind of how things are going or how the game is kind of fraying it kind of in or against your way, having bomb plants is just going to give you a little bit of that comfort, a little bit of cash on hand. You getting buys. We're going to see the AWP in play. Both sides. Fino going to pick one up over towards Sampi. Panics over towards alternate attacks. At least for now, it's recovery coming from Sampi. They looked a little slow off the line there, but they're sprinting. They're trying to catch their way back up. Early nade, effective. Slower tempo being set here by Sampi once again.
Big round, this one. Massive swing in this. You know, it will most likely break the bank of alternate attacks, so Sampi will be coming in with some ideas, you would think. Bit more of a conventional setup with 3 on B, 1 towards mid, 1 towards A. And it would be a decent read, I would say. Alternate attacks leaning a bit more B, for sure, but nothing seems to be working for them at the moment. Mid control to come around. We'll see what they can do with that. I think they're trying to fake out the idea that they're going A in the end, right? And it has kind of worked. They've drawn away one. Big frag from awzek there onto Fino. That's the AWP getting a little cheeky. Loses his head for his trouble. But we are not quite done just yet.
It's quiet once again. PerX. Our first contact player in towards main here. And Orgy to the side. Savannah playing that standard pillar position. It's info player. It's a 1-2 setup. He might just get out in front of him. He will. Savannah, though, finds both. Really well done. Panic to find one of the AWP, but that's bomb dropped. Info gained, and now he's in a really tough spot. Smoke out in front of him to lurk out. Molotov drop towards Heaven's going to give him a little bit of room to speak up, but this all comes down to Goody. Goody's got to try and find the spacing towards the side. He can't allow the AWP to do all the work.
Bomb going to go down. Goody. Oh, that was the opportunity. He's missed it, hasn't he? Panic's going to have to do everything and just gets timed on, unfortunately, there in the end. So, yeah, Goody was the linchpin play. Couldn't quite get it. Does seem like in these crunch moments, I have to say, he's not quite on the mark. You know, when it comes to the early round, when it comes to the entries, he's obviously getting the frags, but you don't want to point fingers too heavily, but certainly something to keep an eye on. The young gun needs to just relax, you know, in these big moments.
One of those things as well. For Goody, I'm saying only 15 days he's been with the team, so probably not a lot of time in terms of, I mean, obviously probably would have had a bit of a trial, a bit of a prac before, but generally speaking, he's, you know, less than a month he's probably been with this team and just working out all the kinks, all the little creases in the gameplay just yet. Those timings like that, they become synonymous once you spend enough time with a team, but unfortunately, in that instance, not to be. Early util being dropped over towards Connector. A lot being set up. Zeko waiting for a smoke to come over, but again, this is what we've seen time and time again. Double Molotovs to come through, one from each side. A whole lot to speak of just yet. Savannah had a really good start in towards that round, finding 2 through main. Just buying time for a rotate. It's simple, it's effective, and aTTaX didn't really have an answer for him on towards probably the most standard position to play on A.
Bit of damage onto Fino. The early exchanges start pretty quiet here. Light mid control for alternate attacks. 50 seconds left in the round, though. You know, we've had quite a fair amount of time and not really gone anywhere. So definitely curious to see what they do with this. Good read on the Molotov. That's a little bit of info from the tick as well. So this is looking better and better for Sampi, to be honest. 35 seconds, heavy rotations on the way now. This is going to be a mess.
It's getting dicey. Time's ticking, boys, though. Now or never, in they come. Early damage being dealt here. PerX and Freezer combine for one apiece. As Zedko and Tagged fall, so does the Sight, and a lot comes down to what the Eli can do. He's the closest to the fray, trying to deny the plant, but he aims in the wrong direction. He goes for the default plant, and he's planted back sight. That cost them. That's unfortunate. I like the idea, honestly, a lot by the Alive. But it was a gamble, a coin flip, a 50-50 as to where that bomb has gone down. The odds were, well, not in his favor. aTTaX going to answer one back. It's been 3 rounds in a row where Sampi have just been the better side. This round, not to be, but they are still going to take a scalp with them to the grave.
Yeah, aTTaX just holding on to that lead. As we have said, very T-sided map at the moment. So, you know, if Sampi are able to stay hot on the heels, I think that's fairly decent. Big deal that they survive as well. You can see that eLive is very low on the cash. Fino, meanwhile, is very rich. So, you know, they get to keep the AWP. They get to drop across. So really, really solid stuff. They're actually going to keep all the money on Fino. So he should be able to get the AWP out pretty regularly here. So that's actually a really nice economic move from Sampi. At the same time, they do want to keep the rounds coming. So we'll see what they've got in store for this one. Maybe a bit more aggression. They have been playing quite safe the past few rounds.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Sampi taking these early fights through main. You know, we haven't seen them even really test B main just yet. They've done a little bit in towards A where they're playing, you know, up close and personal, but they're honestly leaving B completely up to the whim of whatever aTTaX want to do here. I wouldn't mind seeing standard pot flashes come through, bit of util, try and find early fights here. Speaking of early fights, Zeko going to get flashed to the corner. He's in trouble.
Oh, yikers. This is not looking too good. There's a little bit of oversight in there, but Goody will manage to find the frag and save his teammate. Just holding off here in towards Dark as well. The eLive is the next closest player. PerX, nice and deep in CT, confirms the round with that frag for my money. So probably looking for a way out here if they can get it. Easier said than done, though, at the end of the day. Savannah didn't even make it around to the B bomb site. Flawless round incoming. We'll see. Might have just cursed it there. I did indeed, but still, a lot of damage, a lot of players surviving for aTTaX. Really, really great stuff.
Oh, Savannah, I don't know whether they're going to be given the luck this Organ play here. Goody's coming through main. 2, in fact, coming through main, and we've also got a mid player too. But Savannah might have enough time to play around Cake. Will do. Yeah, keeps the Org alive. It's a sigh of relief, to be perfectly honest, because money's not exactly flourishing over towards Sampi. But obviously their first time out finally called. I would have liked to have seen this a little bit earlier, but better late than never, as the old anecdote says. We got an AWP in play for Fino, an AUG out saved from Savannah, who can drop over an M4 as well. So not the end of the world for someone like awzek to have a lot of money in the back pockets. The Alive will pick up an MP9. So it's the only real dampener in terms of the buy here for Team Sampi. But fundamentally speaking, as T-sides go for aTTaX, this is already pretty damn good. You got 6 rounds, you guarantee that the bare minimum you're going to be a tie game at the half. But the way they're playing right now, you'd expect and probably hope for quite a bit more. I mean, aTTaX has been looking like a pretty solid side. They're putting up decent rounds, at least in the last couple. And of course, to start off the half, Sampi still being plagued with inconsistencies at the moment. The Alive is actually very important to the Team Sampi team, and at the moment hasn't really, for lack of a better term, come alive, to be honest.
Yeah, you're definitely right there. On the MP9 this round as well, so probably going to remain a bit quiet. Minute and 30 left on the clock here. Alternate attacks. Again, same sort of thing, going through the motions. Not a lot of early scrappage from these two teams, it has to be said. Really, really safe play, just keeping it simple, feeling each other out. Oh, but we like this. Here's some aggression. Middle of the round. Oh, Savannah got to get this trade, and he can't. It's a double for PerX. That's huge. That's an A-bomb site open. Fino's going to do his best to stick around. Gets a tag on one. The other is indeed a little low, but he can't quite find the frag. Tagged in Zedco. I mean, you're saving in the next round anyway. Maybe try and give it a look in if you can deny this bomb from crossing. That could be a big deal, but that smoke, that saves them, doesn't it?
Right now, tail end of this round in towards the next is double eco territory, isn't it? Right? Out of the M4s, or like you mentioned, give it a little look in. I actually wouldn't mind having a look in here. You've got 2 M4s and nothing around it. I don't think it's the worst thing in the world. If you can maybe pick yourself up, you know, an AK or make it a little bit expensive on the other side, it's something to speak of. But at the moment, aTTaX are doing everything right to just pull further and further away. And now at 7 rounds on the board, Team Sampi, that's quite the deficit. They've got to try and build back into their favor. All collected here. Looks like, I think Goody's just shuffling the AWP out of a collectible range, just in case. And playing through CT there, already running by to get it on the way out. I think little did they know they'll be absolutely fine. Goody is pretty close to the action. Same to be said for awzek as well. He had a little poke in over towards Connector. They may have seen something. Doesn't matter. There's 7. Sampi again behind by 4. That's how they started off this map, and where they find themselves at the tail end of it, heading into the penultimate round of the half. Like we already spoken about, it's probably, you know, eco half by territory here. Granted, the 2 safe M4s do have a little bit of money to speak of, so they can drop upgrades, but it's upgraded pistols. Nothing really too special. So a couple of 5.7s come out here. Fino going to keep out of all of this cash to hopefully have an AWP in play in towards the next. aTTaX, realistically, this should be 8-3.
Oh my, okay. Here we go with the aggression, though. Finally getting a little bit of that from Team Sampi. We've got a cheeky little boost up as well, so pulling out some different moves here in this round for sure. Tagged. Oh, he's left so blind. I don't think that one was specifically for him, but they know what's up. 4 HP, goes back in for another and gets it. Gorgeous stuff. 5-7 at the back end, can't really do too much. How is Tagged getting more kills, man? He just needs a bit of assistance here. Can they get it done with the damage that he has indeed inflicted? Panics. Certainly not feeling comfortable from here. Recovering the bomb. I think he vaguely knows where both these players are at. It's just a case of isolating them, pinning them down, and AWP recovered for Savannah. It's certainly not ideal, and he gets shot in his backside. Another, not even a half buy, I think it's generous to call that, but either way, a low buy win for Sampi. It's massive. It really is. There's some big, big rounds coming out from this team to keep them alive.
Yeah, fair play. Honestly, as well, Tagged with so little to speak of in towards that round, making it look so damn easy, man. Those 3 kills. How he gets away with even a second, I do not know, but fair play. They needed a miracle, man, and well, Tagged steps up to the plate. Final round of the half. 7-5 is the best Sampi can hope for. 8 be great for aTTaX. If they can take that level of a buffer zone on towards the seat side, especially with how clean their pistol was, sure they'll be feeling pretty damn confident indeed. And once again, to reiterate, for anyone just joining us, it's best of one territory, ladies and gents. There is no room for error here. There's no second or third map to speak of. It's just that. But again, with minute 15 to speak of, nice and slow. No real contact early doors here. But I'm feeling pretty precarious for PerX here. It's opening the side. He might not want to face it.
Oh, Goody going to find the frag over out towards B there. And Zedko takes an aggressive stance. I'm not sure if he's been spotted creeping into that corner. You just keep a little eye on your minimap. I don't think so. Oh, he definitely has now. Down he will go. There goes the B bomb site. Weird little round, for sure. I think Sampi, again, were trying to pull off some aggression. And they did not find success this time around. So, looking to be an 8th. They are, of course, going to go for this last one of the half. But, yeah, I do not fancy their chances, especially now with Eli going down. Fino, what can you do, my guy? They know where he's at. Making a lot of noise coming in. Take some names for the stats, but ultimately the round will be over. Perfectly timed flash. Brilliant shot from him, to be fair, but that's all they're going to get. 8-4 at the turn of the half. We will see if things continue for alternate attacks in half 2. Welcome back into the action, and we're straight into it. Pistol getting kicked off here, of course. Alternate attacks looking very, very good. Sampi with a couple of force buy wins in there, so ultimately not the strongest showing on their CT side. Maybe things change as we flip over. They do have experience on this map. They have indeed got a decent number of victories, but alternate attacks proving why they are potentially veterans on this one. PerX in for the triple kill, looking for his fourth, and nobody's going to take it away from him. Absolutely brilliant way to kick off the second half.
I mean, we said it at the tail end of the first half where you have to be a little bit worried of your team, Sampi, because alternate attacks, they're pissed around to kickstart the map, look really good. So you'd already assume that on CT side to be more of the same, and PerX, man, makes that look so easy. 12 and 8 for him right now, 110 ADR, having a whale of a time. It's actually still the new boy, Goody, 15 and 6, who's been putting out some serious numbers. And Sampi, again, just no response. And at this sort of deficit now, it's getting pretty damn concerning. 9-4, 5-round lead. Realistically, should be extended a little bit further at that 10-6 range. Team Sampi, no buy. Of course, a nade on their face too ain't going to help. Panics in the MP9 up close, finds the alive, and already a great start, but he doesn't clear tagged.
A little weird there on the 1-for-1. Not sure if they're going to be able to do something with it. Just bursting straight in towards A, I think, is all they're after, really. So PerX should be fine at this range. Sees the smoke coming in. Call for some support. Okay. Does a lot of damage, to be fair to him. Yes, he gets taken down, but he surely has set up the rest of the kills. But, you know, we're doing some damage. We're getting a bomb plant. Getting even more kills. So I think they can be pretty happy with the way that it's gone down in the end. They're obviously going to buy into the next. Taking some guns away from alternate attacks. Yeah, it's worked out pretty well. And you can see they're like, okay, we got to make sure we collect each and every piece of utility, you know, save as much money as possible, because this next round's going to be a little tight cash-wise.
Honestly, it's got to be said, that's actually, all things considered, not a bad round. You're walking with 3 kills and a bomb plant on a non-existent buy. Fair play to Sampi. They've at least given themselves some confidence. However, not only this being a best of 1, but now how, you know, deep into the best of 1 we are, Team Sampi have no real room to work with anymore. They've got to get this round on their belt. If they don't find this one, you've got alternate attacks basically breathing down the neck of the map in the series. And it's just not a position that Sampi want to be in. It sort of now starts to feel like now or never. You know, find this round here. They can break the back a little bit of alternate attacks and start to have conversation about getting back in towards the best of 1. They don't find this one. Alternate attacks will get an 11th. They get rid of all the funds of Sampi, so they should get a 12-2, and before you know it, we're talking about match point. Sampi, round number 15, arguably the most important round they have played so far this series, and oh, they're playing it slow.
They are indeed. Zedco, however, can start charging in. It's Savannah that takes the first frag, and the second. That's a pretty big deal. Sampi not messing around. Real aggressive, real angry. PerX for the double kill, though, has just pulled them back into things. Gets a little weird here, though. Can he survive from down below? Not ready for that player out of the side. Fino finds his teammate. awzek alone against the world. I mean, tough economic situation. You're saving into the next. Maybe if he finds an early pickup here, he might try and give it a look in, but nothing going to be presenting, unfortunately. Tagged is just making it around that corner before awzek is able to spot him. So that'll be the save, and that'll be Sampi with a statement.
Gotta be said, we were calling upon them. They must have heard. That's such an important round. And of course, to find it in a pretty clean manner the way they did, I think it's all really going to add to the confidence that this Team Sampi side need if they want any sort of chance getting in towards this game. Savannah, those opening double are brilliant, man. The first kill's great, but the second, the player coming out through through the smoke, so important, so well composed as well. Miracle Man continuing to prove what he can do. Sampi gonna find a 5th. And still quite a deficit behind them, but at this point, it's one step at a time. And I think when you're Sampi in this sort of situation, you can't really look at it in the sense of a kind of long to got to go round by round, short start to just chip away. aTTaX going to reinvest back in, however, off the back of a lost round there, and what else they had saved, force into 1 M4 save, double MP9, Deagle in the hands of Goody, and Free's going to pick up the 5 at 7. A risky buy. But I guess if you aTTaX, he's got rounds in arrears, so it's not the end of the world if you are to lose it.
Quite a cold start into this from Sampi, very different from the previous round. But every round matters to this team right now. You know, 10-5 is a nasty, nasty scoreline. Yes, you just had a really nice one, but you have to turn that into 3 or 4, I think, before you even think about coming close to dropping another round. So there's a lot of work to do here on this T side, and they clearly recognize that, trying to change the game up immediately after winning a round. Really unsure as well. Could be a cheeky one. Alternate attacks, plenty of room to play with, as it were. Going to have some guns into this round, potentially. They might be stacking an area. They might be getting aggressive, and they are indeed getting aggressive. Quite late into the round, though. It's going to confirm some information, and we'll see. eLive holding behind, or traded quickly. That's a bomb. Isolated with 30 seconds. Really not a good look here for Sampi.
No. I mean, thankfully, I guess, in the sense for Sampi, aTTaX are completely fallen away from it. But as you mentioned, they've got kind of all the information to work with here. But all comes down to awzek. He's so isolated. They're running down his position. 15 seconds. He's got to find such an important kill here. awzek on the turn, dropped by Tag, and that should be the round going in favor of Sampi. You've 8 seconds to spare. That bomb will go down. And that should be all she wrote. It's kind of close, but no cigar. Also attacked. When the bomb goes down, you're thinking maybe there's a chance, but you know, it's a good recovery from Sampi in that kind of mid-round position there. A little bit of panic. Find the round nonetheless. Flash in the corner, PerX in a lot of trouble, and he's now dead. That'll be that. Maybe the Deagle can come out something on the way out, though. Real point saving, but doesn't get the option. It's the AK of freeze. Does that stay in play? No. Zeko see him off. Really well done. Only the one casualty and a bomb plot for Sampi. All things considered, if you're looking at that from a kind of a view, it's a pretty clean round.
Yeah, I suppose so. I suppose so. There was definitely a moment of panic, but they recovered it well for sure. So we'll see here how things may well pan out. Going to be an eco from aTTaX. A very cheeky stack here. If anyone comes towards B, they'll be in for a nasty surprise. But sending the feelers out there at the moment on the Sampi side, they might not even dedicate in. And eLive might have been here fast enough to kind of hear some footsteps in that area and be a bit confused as to why no one's peeked it just yet. The USPs are coming, though. Oh, lovely. 3 for him. Potential for more. Indeed. Can he hold for the ace? Or are they even going to give him the chance? I don't think so. PerX is taking a different avenue, but no chance at the round, of course. Number 7 for Sampi, closing the gap pretty exponentially. Alternate attacks have to start convincing as they can clean this one up.
Yeah, I think now it starts to get a little bit closer. Granted, previous 2 rounds aren't really going to take all too much away from it. This one, on the flip side, we were kind of saying for Sampi, it was so important that round. Number 15, they had to take it. It kind of starts to feel the other way now for aTTaX. Don't want Sampi being hot on their tails within kind of a reaching distance. This is the round that they have to take. Got double fam has to work with. Usually you'd kind of turn your nose up at, but I guess Tag does have a Mac 10 of his own. So exactly your premium buy all the way across. Nade will come forward on the corner. Tag taking a little, well, Tag. The Mac 10 is going to opt against pushing through that smoke. So far, pretty slow here. aTTaX is trying to keep them at bay, not give him too much map control.
Oh, lovely. Savannah with the catch. Ooh, got to be careful not to lose his life immediately after. It's actually Zeko that goes down. Nade is nearly there on the follow-up. PerX goes hunting, though. Oh, God. Timing. Yep. Well played from Savannah. He knows what's up. He knows how that clear goes. And regains the man advantage for Sampi. Really big frag from him.
For now, though, Savannah's still pretty low. Will drop as well. Yeah, should have been heard there by Goody. So I'm going to fall away. Back in the direction of the A sign. This is a good call. I mean, Sampi don't know it yet. It's a barren A bomb sign. I think the second they kind of pop their way with the utility. aTTaX might just call it. 3 remaining alive. They've gambled towards B. The gamble didn't pay off. I'd be very surprised if they give this a go. Molotov does airburst. At the same time, there's just nowhere near the actions. They're going to call it. Bomb will go down. That's going to be the round. Team Sampi up to an 8th. Now we've got a game on our hands here. A lot of these best of ones at times can be, you know, considerably one-sided in the early parts of these tournaments. It's not what we're getting here. Again, yes, we do have a little moment's rest. We can talk through some of the other scores. Pera 12-8 up against Viperio, as we currently speak. And Guild Eagles versus Rebels 9 in favor of Guild Eagles. So a pretty close game over there as well.
It's what we like to hear, though. We want the competition to be close throughout the next few days. And it sounds like we might just get that. This one's definitely heating up. Definitely getting a hell of a lot closer than maybe we would have expected it. 10-4 it was, right? Alternate aTTaX surely able to close from a scoreline like that. And they are struggling here on the CT side to get their rifle rounds off the ground. Second timeout coming in from them. And this one's got to be good. Money is running dry. They just about are able to get a buy together thanks to the saving players. It is not going to be pretty, to be honest. So, yeah, it's already looking pretty difficult. And I think Sampi, I don't know what to make of it, man. T-side, it looks very impressive, doesn't it?
It does. Honestly, so far, so good. I mean, we already mentioned that this is, generally speaking, one of the more, or I guess not even more, most T-sided maps in the pool. And it's showing exactly why. You know, we saw Alter aTTaX, 8 rounds on that T-side look very solid. Only 2 rounds since. The team Sampi, 4 rounds out of the half, now doubled that amount. And they're starting to make a really good conversation to be had. Alter aTTaX, a sort of a half buy coming through. I mean, Freeze maybe slightly over-investing in a sense. Let me see. Auto shotgun out and play half armor. He's got 600 left in his back pocket, so if he can't find a kill with it, not going to have a lot of money to speak of. He's going to play up close and personal, though. Freeze. Perfect place for it. Swing on the corner, but to no use. Freeze been struggling. Really struggling in the fragging department. And it continues. Tags have been taken over towards Team Sampi, but they've got the numbers advantage.
Quiet here in the mid-round. A guessing game for alternate aTTaX, and you know what? They might just be guessing right, putting everybody on B. Really nice spot here. Oh, Goody goes down, panics. B250 might have had that second if not for the backstab, you know. Now it does get a little weird, though. I don't know that they're going to expect the rotations this fast. They stay together, though. All the headshots coming round. Sampi, from a mechanical standpoint, just looking a hell of a lot better here on the T side, dictating the fights so well. And it is just absolute demolition thus far.
This game got a lot of life still left in it. At the moment, a 9-10 scoreline. Alter aTTaX, they got one more pause to speak of. They're going to opt to go straight in towards the round. Panics in towards the AWP once again. And 4s and 1 FAMAS alongside it. Sampi are making this look pretty damn easy. And for the kind of the rest of, at least, regulation here, if Alter aTTaX going to be taking a win here, they've got to fight it against full buy. Sampi have got at least enough money left in those back pockets. They're never really going to have to eco. Tagged. Down to 32. At least level of a positive start here for Alter aTTaX, but numbers still remain the same. Flashing towards the doors. Free learning his mistakes in the round prior, opting against playing up close and personal. It's good map control here, though. Sampi, pretty slow, pretty steady, but they've already got and a pretty close in route in towards the B site and very easily could double back towards A.
Again, very, very slow here in the mid-round. Sampi doing a really good job, I think, of keeping alternate aTTaX on their toes with the way that they're able to change up the pacing. Goody. Oh, he's missed the player. He's missed the player. I don't think he'll be ready for Fino on the left if he goes in for a swing. Fino, Molotov in. Doesn't quite reach. Goody's still protected by the pillar in theory. Well-timed Molotov of his own as well, just going to keep them at bay. Smoking towards main. It looked good for a second. Goody goes down through the smoke, unfortunately. So much damage coming in here. PerX with a team kill. Uh-oh. Not a great look, and it's just set the dominoes falling, unfortunately. There was a window there, wasn't there? There was a window on the rotations, on that player still anchoring the site, that maybe with the damage done, we could get a double or a triple spray down, but team kill just blew the whole round up, I think.
That's rough. It really is. Not going to help at all. I don't even know if they're going to be given the luxury of staying alive here. PerX is tagged. Fino's hunting. He is low. But if you kind of fight early enough here, you can probably back it over a little bit of hunt it. I mean, if you're Sampi, there's no real point playing. I say if there's money left in those back pockets. Fino's going to check it as well. PerX is posted. Missed shot over the AWP. It could be in trouble, and he misses it. Fino. That's so quick. Doesn't get the second. And the AWP not recovered either. PerX keeps the guns up to try and stay alive himself, and he will. That's basically all they've got to kind of speak of in a positive note. 10-all. We had our kind of choices of the games and where we were going to head on the A stream. It's a banger. Sampi and aTTaX is so evenly matched, but all of the tailwind, all of the momentum is in T side. Sampi right now are flying. aTTaX just do not seem to have a response by any means.
Yeah, it's a rough look. It is a rough look for sure. This does seem to be going from bad to worse. eLive holding the line. A little bit of a rough one there from Freeze. Looked like he did have a catch, but couldn't make it work. The eLive certainly coming alive in this round, and certainly in the second half as well, I think. Having a really good showing. We did comment on him on that CT side, just kind of lagging behind a little bit, but it seems on the attack, he's much more effective. Sampi will be moving into the lead then. Alternate attacks. Yeah, this is really problematic, to be honest. It just hasn't happened for them on the CT side. They've been getting dominated since Sampi have had the guns.
One side of the fair really is, honestly, plain sailing right now. 2 more rounds, all that Sampi need as well. aTTaX. This is the Hail Mary. It's now or never in every sense of the statement. If aTTaX cannot find this round, they're going to have a little bit of money in the loss bonus, but not enough to have a comfortable buy. That should confirm things for Sampi. So it all comes out to round number 22. Can aTTaX finally find something to speak of? It's been a long, long time of zero success and very one-sided rounds, and Sampi are making this look so damn easy. Up close once again. Zeko waiting for a swing, not being given too much here. Tagged. Making a bit of noise though, so exactly sneaking his way forward. All part of the plan though, because the bomb is looming in the direction of B. He's baited attention in over towards A. It's 3 towards the A side right now, so 1 man and a couple of steps. Maybe done enough to keep them placed there.
Possible, very, very possible indeed. Nade out. Molotov to follow up, so, you know, really trying to wind the clock down here on the alternate attack side of things. Cheeky little nade onto the smoke comes in, does result in a kill eventually. Looking good here on the hold, I have to be honest. Goody once again in towards this pillar. Going to get Molotov'd out, a bit awkward for him, but not capitalized on. He goes back in for another fight. He says, all right, I'll come to you then, shall I? Fino remains alone. With 25 seconds, no bomb plant available. I think this one is surely going to be over, but plenty of cash, right? He could take some guns away. Starts right. Lovely flick, but yeah, just can't move fast enough on the AWP there, unfortunately. Alternate attacks. Needed a kick up the backside. As soon as they lose the lead, they will bring it back into contention. It is a classic Counter-Strike move, but it's good to see them back on the board.
Yeah, finally getting around. That is so desperately needed. You know, their backs were truly up against the wall coming in towards that one. And Sampi actually maybe looked a little bit too giddy. They were, you know, they knew how close they were to the finish line and maybe a little bit too quick. Tripped over themselves just a tad. Not the end of the world. At least just yet, but we will be playing the full 24 regulation at the very least. Potentially and some too. Like you mentioned, we said it a long time ago, Sampi are never going to struggle in terms of funds. the rest of this regulation at the very least. And Molotov, though, might spur them on to swing in PerX for one. Falling away alive as Huge drops a smoke to stay alive. That is well early doors. And he beckons over for a second as well. Bounding through the smoke for a third. PerX making this look so damn simple. Can he find a fourth? Zeko slipped the net and has panics to pick him off. PerX dips in for one more. The Alive tagged, but he's all that's left. Alternate aTTaX. They found their second win so late in towards the game.
eLive looking to keep a couple of guns away from alternate aTTaX. They have loads of money, man. Like, he can definitely give this a go. It is that edge of futility, might as well say, but they will have money for the rest of regulation at the very least, you know, so who cares? He's going to give it a bit of a look in. awzek to get past on the B-bomb side. Curious here. awzek got to be very careful, right? Him going down. Sure, it's a 1v3 and he's low and all this kind of stuff, but that first domino, you know, it often can be the hardest to fell if you are the underdog, so to speak. eLive making his way over nice and silently. Not sure if he's going to be able to get the catch here. Yeah, you can see awzek on the minimap. He's checking a few different angles. Hidden away, though, and the noise being made should be the easiest kill of his life. There you go. 12-11. Overtime, the best that Sampi can hope for here. And heartbreak is indeed what alternate aTTaX will be looking for.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially considering how good Sampi have been on the C side, especially in comparison to what we saw on a first half from them. 12-11. Map and series point. It is best of one. For those who are only just joining us, not in the best of 3 territory just yet. Already have the results coming on the other sides as well. Pera took down Viperia 13-10. Guild took down Rebels 13-9. This has been by far the most even game of the 3 series that we've had simultaneously. Still a lot more to speak on here. Swing on the corner. Zeko fluffs his lines. Freeze or find one, but panics his flames tickle the toes of Savannah. Down he falls, and well, Sampi left reeling at a man disadvantage.
This is getting wild. This is getting absolutely wild. Sampi with an angry move, and it just doesn't work for them. So very curious to see now what response is going to look like. Alternate aTTaX. Like, okay, cool. We got man advantage. Let's just chill. Right. Wait for them to come to us. Nobody make any sudden movements. I think this will be the case. 55 seconds. Sampi, they put the brakes on kind of reluctantly. You know, I think they do want to keep this train rolling, but they have to take their time. Hope that an overface comes in, but alternate aTTaX are not going to mess this opportunity up, you know? So Sampi will have to defy the odds with this one. Presence known in towards mid. Are they rapping? It looks like they will indeed try and go for it. They have an awzek to get through. And he's on the off angle. Yeah, really going to be difficult to deal with. eLive creeping around the orb just behind him. 1 and 2 for awzek. Yes, sir. That will be all she wrote. 15 seconds for Tag to get the bomb. Not a chance. No way, Jose, as they say. He's moving around. Nothing he can do. Goody takes him. 13-11. Alternate aTTaX. It was close. It looked like Sampi had found the groove, had found the way to win that game. But they just managed to get that second win, like you say, towards the very tail end. And Sampi could not respond. It slipped through their fingers, and they will be down in the 0-1 bracket.